All right, so how can we get our specific person now? How can we literally get them now? We get them now by no longer doubting if we have them or not. When we start doubting if we have them, when we look into this 3D reality and we don't see them, and so we doubt this whole idea that they belong to us or they are ours or we can manifest them because of what we see in the 3D reality, we're setting ourselves up for failure. Because when we look at the 3D and we don't see what we want, what happens? We reaffirm to ourselves that we don't have it. And when we reaffirm to ourselves that we don't have it, we continue to create a reality where we don't have it, where we don't have them, okay? And so it's time to stop living so much in the 3D and start living more in our imagination. Because in our imagination, we can create whatever we want. And the more focus we put on our imagination, the less we're gonna put on the 3D. So we're gonna start doubting that we have our specific person because we're gonna create an imaginal act or imaginal acts or an inner reality in which we have them. And when we put our focus on that inner reality as much as possible, guess what happens? We start to believe it, and then it gets pushed out and created in the 3D reality, you see. So Neville has specifically said a couple things regarding manifesting a specific person that has been a real big game changer into how we can really feel it to be real, how we can really use our imagination to our advantage, and how we can stop, looking at the 3D reality so much, looking more in imagination, and again, feeling the reality that we want. And one thing he says to do is, if you want to manifest a marriage with a specific person or be with a specific person, is to imagine a wedding ring on your finger, right? Imagine there being a ring on your finger and imagine feeling that ring, right? Just playing around with it, taking it off, putting it on, playing around with it. He said you can close your eyes and you can play with that ring. And while you're playing with it, feel what it's like to be married to that person that you want. Feel what it's like for them to want you, to desire you, for them to get down on one knee and propose to you. Feel the satisfaction of that and breathe that in while you play with this ring, okay? And Neville Goddard says that, honestly, you can make this so vivid, you can play around with it so much in your imagination, that when you open up your eyes and you're back in this 3D reality, you're almost shocked and surprised that there's not a ring there. You're almost like taken back, like, oh, wait, really? It hasn't happened yet? That's how powerful your imagination is. And that's how powerful we can feel it before we have it, right? And again, putting our focus on this new reality we want to create is taking our attention off of the 3D reality where it hasn't happened yet. Another thing that Neville Goddard has talked about, in which he manifested a specific person by doing this. He actually manifested a divorce and then marriage to another woman by doing this. At the time, him and his wife were not even living together. They were living in different states. And he wanted to manifest himself out of a marriage and marrying somebody else, is when he would go to sleep at night by himself, he would imagine going to sleep with the person that he wanted to be with. He said, I never slept alone. Maybe in the 3D reality, it showed that I slept alone, but in my imagination, I never slept alone. She was always next to me. And so in his imagination, he would go to sleep at night as if she was right there next to him. And very soon after that, he manifested that to be a reality. He manifested marrying her. He manifested them living together, sleeping together every night. And then she was ultimately the person that had his daughter, okay? So this works very, very well. But again, it's about denying the outside world, taking our attention away from the 3D and putting it on our imagination. We cannot fail with anything when we start to imagine the reality that we want. And when we feel that reality that we want so real that we're almost surprised when we open up our eyes, when we're done with our imaginal acts and it still hasn't happened yet. It's almost like, oh wow, that was so real. But it's not a bummer it hasn't happened yet. It's an excitement knowing that it has to take place, that it must take place, okay? So start doing this in your life now. Take your attention off of the 3D and put it more on your imagination. Play with your imagination. Create scenarios in which you're together right now. Create scenarios where it feels so real that you're together right now. And when your attention is on that 100% and you're feeling that real because you're imagining it so much, your whole reality shifts. your whole reality will reflect that. As within, so without. We feel it, we believe it in here, we feel it and we believe it in here, and it will take place out here. 100% guaranteed. And if you want to be your specific person's #1 priority over anybody else, I'm gonna give you the secrets to doing that. I'm gonna give you the secrets in this video right here, so be sure to check it out next.